So after waiting for about a year since the rumor of Era 300, I finally received two of them, and I'm gonna combine them into my surround system and review them. So let's unpack this Era 300. In true Sonos fashion, the entire packaging is reusable and recyclable. You just need to unlock this box by sliding this switch over here and go to the other side and slide the other switch. Just like this. Flip the box around and do this exact same thing. Now all you have to do is lift up the lid just as such. Ta-da! There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Sonos Era 300. And of course, it comes with the instruction manual that nobody ever read. And also, true to Sonos fashion, weird looking cable. Okay, enough with silliness. Let's now unwrap the Era 300 from this cloth bag. And you can see right away the beauty of Sonos Era 300. Once you touch the surface, you can feel the build quality and how smooth everything is. In the back, you can see that hole where you can plug in that weird looking power cable. The speaker itself is very sturdy with zero play on the plastics, and it weighs around 10 pounds or 4.5 kilograms. That's relatively heavy for a speaker this size. It's not that surprising, however, because within this simple single enclosure, there are tonloads of speaker drivers pointing to all kinds of areas so you can have the bubble for Dolby Atmos and spatial audio. And this is where the review differs from any other reviews out there. I'm going to use two Sonos Era 300 to create a surround bubble. And because I don't want to waste your time, through the magic of editing, here they are. To begin with, obviously I have to plug in that power cable. And because of the thoughtful design, the cable can be really flush to the speaker, so you can put the speakers pretty much against the wall. After you see the lights blinking on your Sonos, open your phone and open the Sonos app. Click open the Sonos app, then you will see your page. Scroll all the way down, go to the bottom right, press the one that looks like a gear there. Click that, and then you will see System. Click that, scroll all the way down, you will see Add Product. Click that, and you will see this page. From there, all you have to do is follow the step-by-step instructions. Later on, you will be asked whether you want to do a firmware update. Just do it. For the first step of the review, I'm reviewing the Era 300 as a single point source speaker. So I located the speaker on top of my center channel with the speakers facing my, face. I use my spatial audio playlists that I created from Apple Music, and they sound surprisingly phenomenal. In fact, this is the very first time I actually like the sound from a single point source speaker. The width, the height, the depth coming out from this speaker are simply exquisite. This imaging collapses when you're sitting way too far or too much to the left or too much to the right of the speakers, but this is to be expected. Now let's move on to the meat and potatoes of this review. Combining two Era 300 as a left and right speakers in my carefully crafted home theater, I pair those two speakers together using the Sonos app and assigning the left and the right Era 300 accordingly. Once again, playing my custom playlist for spatial audio through Apple Music, I find the three-dimensionality of these speakers are simply amazing. The spaciousness, the height, the circular motion of any sound, they will reproduce nicely, naturally, without any hint of exaggeration. Both the stereo and spatial audio reproduction through these Era 300 speakers are better than any Atmos soundbar at the same price or even slightly higher. Listening to 24 songs on my spatial audio playlist, I experience no fatigue whatsoever. Bass frequencies are ample, so you don't have to use a subwoofer. But of course, adding a subwoofer will complete the entire audio spectrum. Continuing the review further, now I put the Era 300S surround speakers in the back, and I use the Sonos Beam Gen 2 as the soundbar at the front. You can see in the video that I put the Era 300 at the exact same spot as my surround speakers. To test this setup, I yet again use my spatial audio playlist. And as expected, the sound quality remains impressive with a much more improved sonic envelopment. Moving on, I watched Evil Dead Rise and Super Mario Bros. I purchased from Kaleidoscape in lossless Dolby Atmos soundtrack. While the Dolby Atmos presentation from my dedicated $20,000 in audio equipment home theater is still much better, this $2,500 Sonos setup, which includes Sonos Beam Gen 2, Sub Mini, and 2 Era 300, is no slouch either. In fact, I'm pleasantly surprised on how well the Era 300 performs. And after knowing full well how well the Era 300 works with Sonos Beam Gen 2 and Sub Mini, I can only imagine how much better the sound's gonna be if you use Sonos Arc and the full-size Sonos Sub. And as my verdict, either you use it as a singular speaker, a pair of speakers, or use the Era 300 as part of your surround system. The Era 300 are highly recommended. So regardless of the usage, if you have the budget to get the speakers, you should really get these speakers. There's absolutely no two ways about it. So what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.